friends. Welcome to the Inspiring You Show. If we haven't met, I'm Henry. My friends, we are going to be doing a mindfulness chat about one of the March energy forecast themes. And before we get to that, though, let's just take a moment to take a nice deep breath. I invite you to find a comfortable position, either laying down or seated. And we're just going to take a moment to pause before beginning. So when you find that comfortable position, then I invite you to close your eyes, lower your gaze. And then take a nice deep breath, filling your lungs with light and ease. And then exhale, slowly releasing any tension. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment as is, letting yourself inhale clarity, presence, and trust. Exhale resistance, confusion, and doubt. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. Feeling your energy settle with each breath, envision yourself floating, if you will, on a gently on an ocean wave, not forcing movement, not resisting, simply allowing yourself to trust the flow. So with each breath, envisioning yourself floating gently on an ocean wave, not forcing movement, not resisting, simply allowing yourself to trust the flow. Breathing in that life force energy, breathing out when no longer supports you. Now let's invite Reiki energy healing in. If you wish to receive Reiki, you can say, yes, I'd like to receive Reiki for my highest good. If you don't, that's okay. Reiki always respects free will. And taking another deep breath. All right. So as we are moving into the next, talking about the next energy theme, let's begin. So today we are exploring the fifth theme of the March 2025 energy forecast. It's one of the 9 energy themes designed to guide you through this profound period of growth and expansion. So if you'd like to experience the full forecast, you can find it in my podcast, The Inspiring You Show, or on YouTube, one of the previous episodes. But for now, let's immerse ourselves in this one powerful theme. And theme number 5 is trusting the flow. Navigational dimensional shifts and vibrational recalibration, which is, I think, is such an important time to talk about it because we have already gone through one eclipse, the equinox, and we're going to be coming up with the next eclipse. My, oh my, friends. So March indeed has been a fluid interdimensional month. There has been so many recalibrations that I have felt, and my clients as well. And everyone in my Inspiring You Patreon, they've been talking about it and messaging me as well. So there is a lot. There's many things that have happened, in regard to the we have an eclipse season happening. We have the equinox. We have the Mercury retrograde in Pisces happening in March. We have the Sun conjuncts Neptune March 19th. The veil between the dimensions have been thinning, allowing us to move between past, present, and future timelines faster than ever. So you may have already noticed heightened intuition and psychic awareness, dreams, memories, or emotions surfacing from the past, a feeling of deja vu or sensing energy before it unfolds, a disorienting shift in time. Days feel faster or slower. These shifts can feel exhilarating, but also unsettling if we don't stay grounded. It can also be a little confusing too, which I will talk about that a little bit later. So this month's energy is inviting us to trust our inner compass, let go of rigid expectations, allow insights to integrate without rushing clarity. And so one of the reflection questions is, how can I trust the process even when clarity feels out of reach? So yes, that's a really important question to process and reflect on. So I'm just going to share a little bit about my own experience this month in regard to heightened intuition and psychic awareness, and then also a feeling of deja vu or sensing energy before it unfolds. And I've already talked about this with my Inspiring You Patreon group in various ways, and I just want to share it here because it really connects to this energy theme forecast. So recently, in the last couple weeks, I've had an experience in numerous sessions with clients, with new clients, and then also with close friends and family as I've been talking on the phone or with them, where I've had that feeling of deja vu. And it's like, wait a minute. Why do I feel like I've been here before? Why? That's interesting. I think I understand what is about to be shared as a story or said. Sometimes it's the exact phrasing. And to the point where for a couple of my private clients that were new clients, I mean, I actually went back to the scheduling app and said, wait, I've never worked with them before because I feel like I really, one, over Zoom, I feel like I've seen that part of their house. I also feel like I really know their story from having a session with them. And meanwhile, it's just the heightened intuition and psychic awareness that's coming through, and just the up leveling and the upgrading of the abilities. And also realizing that when we're talking about veils thinning and dimensions thinning, you can connect, your present self can connect to your past, to your future self. And so my present self was downloading information from my future self. And obviously, my future self had already done these sessions. And so it was a really just incredible moment to realize, like, wow, this is what we're talking about in terms of being multidimensional and navigating dimensional shifts, and then vibrational recalibration. Because within all of this, you have to, not only trust your inner compass, but also you're letting go of that rigid expectations, and then allowing, yourself to reground, realigning, and understanding that you may have gotten information from the future or from a download, but it doesn't mean that you're not to be present in this present moment. So then it's using the tools to be present, and just reminding yourself that you receive that information to support you in this present moment, and that your present self actually hadn't done the sessions, even though your future self had. So be present in it, and then allow yourself, with the ability to receive the information, it just allows then the processing in terms of the human component to go a lot faster, because then in terms of energy work, I'm also then, understanding what may need to be cleared and things like that. It just takes less time. And I'm always asking my guides, how can be something be more efficient for the highest good? And how can something also be in terms of, whatever healing elements needing to come in? So, but with that though, the reflection question is, how can I trust the process even when clarity feels out of reach? And I will say there was a few moments where, this month where I'm like, wow, it felt a little confusing to be in the present moment, understanding that in the future this was done and I had the information before it was even being given to me in the physical world in that present moment, because it's all energy vibration. And it was a little confusing. I definitely was like, wait, what is going on here? And I'm somebody who has worked with psychic information, since I was a child. And so it can feel a little discombobulating at times. And so that's why you have to continuously, like I talk about tools, tools, tools. Tool work will really support you moving through it and help strengthen trusting your inner compass, even when things are like, wait, what's happening? And then eventually, you receive the download. Like when I received the download of like, oh, that's what's going on here. I've then been able to I've talked to several other people who've had the similar experience, and they thought it was like, am I shifting timelines? And it's not a timeline shift per se, which it could be, but you could just have a strengthening of your connection to your future self. And so you might then be receiving that information so clearly in a multidimensional sense that you're then like, wait a minute, you're in that deja vu. But once you understand what's going on, you can work with the human to let the human know what's going on, and then the human's able to be in peace and mindfulness, and in resting in the process of like, okay, let's be present. We are doing this in this now moment, and our future self just gave us support from the future. So That reflection question is a very powerful question. So take some time to process it and journal. How can I trust the process even when clarity feels out of reach? So today, what we're talking about is what you'll learn in this theme is what we'll explore is how dimensional shifts can impact our emotions, energy, and sense of reality, which I already kind of just shared a little bit. Why the feeling of floating between worlds is a sign. At times, it can be really a sign of transformation. It could also be a sign where you may need more grounding, but we'll talk about that. The Also, we'll explore the connection between energy sensitivity and heightened intuition. Also, how to stay grounded and regulate your nervous system through shifting vibrations, and why trusting the process, especially when clarity is missing, is essential. And also, how Mercury retrograde, Neptune's influence are amplifying these changes. So, this theme isn't just about navigating change, it is about learning how to coexist with multiple timelines, realities, and frequencies with grace. It is about being multidimensional. So let's talk about understanding dimensional shifts and vibrational recalibration. So, what is a dimensional shift? A dimensional shift is when we move through different vibrational frequencies between timelines, perspectives, and layers of consciousness. So this happens on both individual and collective levels. With this, then you may notice, feeling connected to both the past and possibly the future at the same time in that present moment, which is what I talked about. Heightened psychic awareness, intuition, or having a sense of knowing before events unfold. Also, feeling like you're floating between different versions of yourself, past, present, and future, all merging, experiencing both expansion and contraction, a cycle of intuitive downloads followed by exhaustion. These shifts are natural, but also can feel disorienting, especially if your body is still adjusting. Your human body oftentimes needs to recalibrate to the clearing and to the higher vibrational frequencies. So, how dimensional shifts can impact our emotions, energy, and sense of reality. So, dimensional shifts refer to changes again in vibrational frequencies that affect our world and consciousness. These shifts can cause fluctuations in our emotional states, energy levels, and even alter our perception of reality. So, as the frequency of environment changes, then so does the frequency of our own bodies and minds, leading to potential disruptions, but also opportunities for profound personal growth and spiritual awakening. So, why then the feeling of floating between worlds can be a sign of transformation? Feeling as though you're floating between worlds is a common sensation during times of significant personal and spiritual transformation. It signifies being in a transition where the old reality no longer fully applies and the new one has not yet fully formed. This is liminal space, which is what it's called, is a powerful period of reorientation and recalibration, allowing for deep introspection and realignment with one's true path. So then let's talk about the connection between energy sensitivity and heightened intuition. So, as you become more sensitive to energy due to dimensional shifts or personal growth, you may also notice an increase in your intuitive abilities. So, heightened energy sensitivity means you're more attuned to the subtleties of the environment and the unspoken emotions of those around you. This can lead to a deeper understanding of situations and relationships, enhanced foresight, and a more profound connection to your inner guidance and system. And then with that, then, dimensional shifts and nervous system regulation. When we move through higher vibrational states, our nervous system must recalibrate. If we are too ungrounded, we may feel overstimulated, too much. There could be too much actually, which I don't think we talk about enough. There can be too much intuitive or psychic energy flooding in at once. Also, we can experience anxiousness or fatigued, the body trying to process rapid energetic changes can really feel exhausted or anxious. There could also be disoriented, losing track of time, feeling disconnected from the material world. So, this is why grounding and nervous system regulation are crucial during vibrational recalibrations. So, how to stay grounded and regulate your nervous system through shifting vibrations. Staying grounded is crucial and managing the effects of shifting vibrations on your body and mind. So, different techniques like energy healing, Reiki, dowsing energy healing, quantum energy healing meditations, whatever you want to call it. Also, mindfulness meditation, Kundalini yoga and meditation. Kundalini can be really great because also oftentimes the yoga set includes different meditations, specifically chanting meditations. Chanting meditations can be really helpful in terms of resetting the nervous system. Also, just different grounding exercises, even walking barefoot on the earth or going out for a nature walk, different breath work if you are somebody who's called to breath work. Um, Sometimes I will say if you're going through a real traumatic state, you might not be able to focus on the breath, but you can focus more on touch, or you could probably chant. Chanting might actually be really helpful. But anyway, regular engagement with nature can really help stabilize your energy. And then also taking Epsom salt baths can really be helpful. Yoga, mindful movement can also support the nervous system by reducing stress response and enhancing resilience. Also, somatic experiencing can be really helpful too. All right. So, how to stay grounded through these dimensional shifts. Doing daily check ins, anchoring into the present is so, so key. So key. Each morning or evening, taking a deep breath, asking, what am I feeling right now? And you can do this right now. Do a check in, do a mindful check in. Take a nice deep breath and ask, what am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? So do a scan, do a mindfulness scan. Am I present or is my energy drifting? Am I present or is my energy drifting? And if you are drifting, what can I do to center myself in this moment? What can I do to center myself in this moment? And so, whatever tools that you work with, you could, do a mindfulness meditation, follow the breath in, follow the breath out, bringing the mind into presence with the physical body. You could also just do different somatic experience techniques, or just do a quick little energy healing meditation, whatever works for you. So let yourself do that to anchor into the present. If you are in my Inspiring You Patreon, in the Meditate with Me All Access levels, there are a ton of meditations, mindful Reiki energy meditations to support you in terms of anchoring into the present. So check those out if you need some more support if you're in those levels. All right. So it's all about then bringing conscious awareness to your state of being, which then allows you to navigate shifts with greater ease. That being said, though, I've been doing this work, since I was a child in some form, and it's not like you don't still have moments of just confusion. I think sometimes people think that, oh, it's going to be like one and done, and this is going to be really great. Which, yeah, that'd be awesome if it was. But maybe for you it is, which cool. From my experience, though, I have moments of like, wait, what's going on? What's happening? And I do talk to my guides. I do talk to my higher self soul. So so it's just part of the human experience. And, it actually makes me laugh when I have those moments now. When the human's like, what's happening? All right. So how to stay grounded through dimensional shifts. Um, I feel like I'm just gonna start giggling now. Just got the I don't know, sometimes you just got the giggles. Humaning is just such an interesting experience. Oh my goodness. Okay, how to stay grounded through dimensional shifts. Um, we did the daily check-ins. Another one is sensory awareness practice, engaging with the physical world to anchor yourself. So, things like holding a grounding crystal like black tourmaline, hematite, smoky quartz. I'm wearing my crystal necklace, my Reiki crystal necklace. So, you can also use your senses, touching something textured, touch point can help. Also sipping, warm tea or having, if you're somebody who has coffee, warm coffee or listening to rhythmic sounds, hertz music or binaural beats. Moving your body can really help, dancing, also just stretching, pressing your feet firmly into the ground. Those are sensory awareness practices that can support you engaging with the physical world to anchor yourself and reground. Also, another one is rest and integration. So, if you are feeling exhausted or overstimulated, listen to your body. Sometimes doing less is the most powerful way to recalibrate. And then here's an integration tip. Before bed, imagine your energy flowing down into the earth, visualizing yourself surrounded by golden light, grounding any excess energy. So before bed, imagine your energy. Write this down, friends. Here's an integration tip. Before bed, imagine your energy flowing down into the earth, visualizing yourself surrounded by golden light, grounding any excess energy, and then that energy going into the earth is being transformed and transmuted into light. All right, so then why trusting the process, especially when clarity is missing, is essential? Trusting the process is vital during the times of uncertainty and transformation. It involves faith in the journey and belief that even if the path is not clear, each step is leading you to where you need to be. This trust can alleviate anxiety and fear, allowing for a more open and accepting approach to change and enabling you to embrace opportunities for growth that come with new experiences. So I will say for me, we had a moment. We did the meditate with me intention setting and energy healing meditation online retreat this weekend on Saturday. And it was, we every month we do journal writing, we intention set, and we do energy healing meditations to clear anything that's blocking and then to send Reiki to the intentions. Um and so I'm always guided with a list of questions. And this time I was guided to put in questions about Neptune. And Neptune is finishing it's really interesting. I'm going to get the information. So I have the exact information for you. Neptune is completing its 14-year journey through Pisces from 2011 to 2025. And what's interesting, it's a moment to reflect, release, and realign in a whole nother way. Because over this cycle, Neptune has softened boundaries and is supporting you in terms of releasing any kind of fog of illusion, reclaiming clarity, inner knowing, and to align with a future that reflects your truth. So some of the questions were about reflecting back to 2011, who you were then and who you are now. So a 14-year cycle. So it's so fascinating because I had a moment of like, okay, we'll talk about the Neptune ones, but there's some other questions I wanted to really answer. But when I got to the Neptune questions, y'all, I had one of those profound moments in journaling where, you kind of like, I'm not sure I want to do this. Ugh. You got that human yucks going on where you just don't want to, that don't want to's, and then you start doing it and you're like, oh my goodness, there's so much profound wisdom coming through. And it was just, I was in tears. I was in tears with understanding how important it was to do it and so much more. So reflecting back to 2011, who you were then and who you are now, and identifying significant illusions that dissolved regarding your sense of purpose, spirituality, or core relationships. So that's in terms of Neptune completing its 14-year cycle through Pisces from 2011 to 2025. And then really exploring those deeper truths and realizations that have emerged over this 14-year cycle. How have these truths reshaped your vision for your future? And then contemplating how your dreams and aspirations evolved during this time, which dreams remain deeply resonant, which have shifted and why, and how has your relationship with spirituality, faith, and universal connection evolved? Describing your current relationship to spirituality or divine, and then what illusions regarding self-worth, spirituality, or love dissolved most powerfully during this 14-year cycle. I like this these questions. Oh, it was one of those journaling moments where it was like mind blown in terms of so many revelations coming through and understanding. 2011, for me, there was two situations that were incredibly difficult that happened that ended up, it's when you talk about your divine design, it's like they were I understood in a grander way of why they were part of the divine design, and those are 2 pivotal moments in terms of leading me to the trajectory where I am today, and also guiding me here to today. It was just so incredible, and so but back then in 2011, there was clarity that was missing for me, and that's why trusting the process is so important, because now, from 2011 to now 2025, I can look at this and be like, wow, wow, this is really just fascinating how I am now in a different state and how I have clarity on what happened to me back in 2011 and how I was being guided. How I was being guided. And I would say even more so now, my trust in terms of faith and spirituality is just so much stronger. And a big part of it is because of those situations that happened to me in 2011, I really had to surrender and trust the process, even though I didn't know what really or where really the future was holding for me. And I might have been having glimpses, a little bit of glimpses along the way, but it isn't till like now that I really have the deeper clarity as I sat reflecting back. So that's why like trusting the process is so vital during times of uncertainty and transformation. And it does involve faith in the journey and belief that even if the path is not clear, each step is leading you to where you need to be. This trust can alleviate stress, anxiety, and fear, allowing for a more open and accepting approach to change, enabling you to embrace opportunities for growth that will come with new experiences. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be in them right away or understand the full picture until years later. Like, again, it wasn't until I sat down this Saturday and journaled my understanding of 2011 to now and saw how the story dots connected. It was so incredibly powerful. And I did not have all the information back in 2011, 2012. I didn't. I kept checking in to trust. And so that's why trusting the process, even when clarity is missing, is essential because you're trusting your future self to support you present moment of what you need in the present moment to help you get to where you are going or where your future self already is. And that's multidimensional work, friends. That is multidimensional work. So I had a real aha appreciation moment, so much so for spirituality on Saturday. I just, I can see in my own experience how spirituality has guided me through again and again, and how important it is in terms of this multidimensional seeing and this multi-body experience, the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, the energetic body, like all the bodies, balancing them and working together in harmony, and then also trusting the process and letting yourself receive that wisdom using the tools. So with that, if you want the Neptune questions, if you are in my Inspiring You Patreon, the Meditate with Me All Access levels, I just put out that retreat video and the questions are in the packet. However, if you're not part of my Inspiring You Patreon, you can go to my Inspiring You show Instagram or TikTok. And yesterday, I actually put out something about the journal questions. And if you go into the comments, the journal questions are in there. All right. So here are some other journal questions for deep reflection. Where in my life do I feel between worlds and as if I'm shifting realities? So, where in my life do I feel between worlds as if I'm shifting realities? Am I resisting uncertainty or can I surrender and trust the process? Am I resisting uncertainty or can I surrender and trust the process? So, What signs have I received lately that guide me toward a new path? What signs have I received lately that guide me toward a new path? When have I ignored my intuition? And how can I honor it more deeply now? When have I ignored my intuition? And how can I honor it more deeply now? What practices have helped me stay present and grounded when life feels overwhelming? What practices have helped me stay present and grounded when I feel most overwhelming? So, so with that, then letting yourself really, use these tools to support you. Use the tools to support you, and just keep checking in. Keep checking in because learning to trust the flow of the navigational dimensional shifts and vibrational recalibration, it is a process. And you just want to keep checking in to see, like, what is it that you need? What is it that you need? How can it how can I be supported? And just keep checking in. I think we're gonna probably do more on this topic because I feel like there's so much more to talk about. I just wanted to address it a bit here now, and I feel like I'm gonna do a bigger talk about this. All right. So here are some astrological influence and energy theme connection in regard to March astrological alignments, directly kind of mirroring this theme of fluidity, intuition, recalibration. We already kind of talked about Sun conjunct Neptune, March 19th, heightened intuition, visionary insights, deep emotional clarity. Mercury retrograde in Pisces, March 29th, time for inner reflection, dream work, and reviewing past cycles. Venus conjunct Neptune, March 26th, dissolving illusions and seeing truths from the heart. So, together, these transits thin the veil between dimensions, making it easier to access higher wisdom, deep soul healing, and interdimensional awareness. Also, in regard to the eclipses, the equinox, those also really support as well. All right, so we're going to do the closing meditation, and I'm going to do a bigger talk though on this because I feel like there's so much more to talk about. All right, let's find a comfortable position, either laying down or seated, or even standing. And then put your hand over your heart. And then I invite you to close your eyes, lower your gaze, and take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale. Then envision sensory knowingness of golden Reiki light flowing down from the crown, moving through you, around you, clearing, cleansing, releasing, rejuvenating, allowing the light to fill in the spaces for the highest good. And then also feel yourself really anchoring into the earth and also supported by the universe, receiving any updates, activations, codes that are beneficial for you. So let that golden light move through you, around you. All right, take a nice deep breath and just check in to see how you are. Do a mindfulness scan and then let yourself breathe into any areas that you feel there's tension, or any areas that could use life force energy or Reiki. Breathing into that area, breathing in life force energy, breathing in Reiki, breathing out what no longer supports you. Letting yourself, bringing in the light to fill in the spaces for the highest good in gratitude. And then affirm these silently or out loud if they resonate with you. I trust the flow of life. I trust the flow of life. I trust the flow of life. I'm safe, supported, and exactly where I need to be. I'm safe, supported, and exactly where I need to be. I open my heart to divine wisdom and alignment. I open my heart to divine wisdom and alignment. I open my heart to divine wisdom and alignment. And feel yourself surrounded by universal love and protection, held in the balance of earth and spirit, stillness and movement, clarity and mystery for your highest good. Taking another deep breath. And then before we fully come back, let's just de-link. So say this after me if it resonates with you. I asked to break the links with this mindfulness chat. I asked to break the links with this Reiki session. I asked to break the links, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends. I asked to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask the light to fill the void, cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for the highest good with ease and grace and gratitude. And I ask this healing to be sealed with love and light. I ask this healing to be sealed with love and light. I ask this healing to be sealed with light, and so it is. Take another deep breath. All right, my friends, bring awareness behind your eyes, open your eyes, and welcome back. Letting yourself feel refreshed, present, and fully aligned. So with that, my friends, we are going to be complete for today, but we will come back to this topic because I really feel like there is more to talk about. Here is a Reiki blessing. So may you walk forward with trust, clarity, and peace, and just know that you are safe, you are guided, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Much, much love, my friends. Continue to know that March is inviting us to embrace the ebb and flow of transformation. Rather than resisting change, we're learning to move with it, trust the process, honor your inner wisdom, honor your inner knowing, and allow dimensional shifts to guide you, not overwhelm you. Everything you need is already within. Breathe, trust, and flow. Much, much love, my friends. May you trust the flow of life, knowing that every shift is guiding you toward greater alignment. May your heart remain open, allowing wisdom, love, and clarity to flow effortlessly. May you feel supported in every transition, anchored in your inner truth and divine timing. May each breath remind you that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're safe, you're held, you're divinely guided. May you walk forward with grace, trusting in the unfolding of your path. Much, much love, my friends. Until soon, and stay inspired.